Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is Greg, your co-host of the Grilling to Get Away podcast. I'm here with my buddy.
Hey, what's happening, everyone? This is Ben.
Ben, welcome back home.
Thank you.
You were gone for a little while.
Just a little bit.
Take a little break.
Yeah, you're lucky I came back.
Well, am I?
Yeah, probably. I'm back and help you tie your shoes again.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm not wearing any shoes today.
No socks either.
Yeah, it's kind of we're winding down here. Getting ready for our competition coming up September 1st. So, I just get right to work. I don't even put on shoes or socks or anything.
Can't waste a minute.
Yeah, I know. I just get right on it. We're coming up quick.
Yeah.
Less than 2 weeks now. What is it? So today's the 20th when we're recording this. So about 11 days.
Yeah.
12 days. Getting right at it.
Yeah, man. It's coming up soon. I hope you're getting excited. I know I am. It's going to be a good time. We've got, about 18 teams?
We got 18, largest event that we've put on so far as competition teams. Now we hope a lot of people come out as well to help us raise some money for Sierra Delta. But yeah, it's the largest. And what's been cool, man, is I know we talked about this maybe last time too, was, we had some teams that have been with us that couldn't compete this year. So we have like 6 new teams coming out. So nice. That's awesome. So we're up, even though we've had like 4 teams like drop off because they had other stuff going on this year, that we had like 6 new kind of come in. So that's awesome. So we hope everybody, if you're in the area, southeastern Wisconsin, come on out September 1st to Explorium Brew Pub in Greendale. We'll be out there. Bar opens at 11. And we'll be out there till 4:30, 5 o'clock when we announce the winners.
That's perfect, man. I'll be there at 10:59.
Well, I'm sure you will be. And I'll be there early, getting everybody set up. That's kind of how it goes. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Get your beauty sleep.
Yep.
Well, Ben, before I want to talk to you more about, you were gone for, a week up in the north woods of beautiful Michigan. And I know you got a lot of grilling and stuff going on. So I want to talk to you about that. But before we do, we have to pick a winner for our weekly giveaway. This is just something we're doing each week this year to kind of give back to people who listen and subscribe and follow us. So you got if you're subscribed to our newsletter at burnpitbbq.com, we're picking a winner every week, and each month is kind of a different theme. Ben, what's the theme this month?
Man, so this month, like we mentioned on the last episode, but if you didn't get a chance to listen, we're doing it's kind of our anniversary special. So we're going back to the 3 originals that we started with. And that's our ground pounder, all-purpose garlic seasoning, Flavorful Effect, Sweet Heat, and All Ration are all-purpose seasoning.
Yep. So the OGs, the originals.
Yep.
First event we went out to, those were kind of the 3 ones that we had, and that's what we started with, man. We picked a winner before we came on here, as we were prepared this time. So congrats to Eric Geschke of Lomira, Wisconsin. We appreciate you subscribing to the newsletter, and you've been subscribed since February 13th, it looks like. So
it's awesome.
Yeah, so we appreciate it. So fairly new. We appreciate you following us and finding us and subscribing. So we'll get that in the mail to you this week, and then you'll have some stuff for Labor Day, man. Get out and grill.
Or come out to ours.
Competition,
yeah.
Yeah, come on out. And we'll have our famous maple whiskey available for sale. For those coming out to the competition, like they get first dibs kind of on the batch, and then we're doing pre-sales right now on our website burnpitbbq.com. Just go search out maple whiskey, and we're doing pre-orders, and those will ship in the first weeks of September once we get our competition done and we create some new batches. So that's always an exciting time. A lot of people always ask for that. And so this is the time when we do that, man.
Yep.
Well, all right, man. You were gone for like a week. I know you were planning on, just relaxing a little bit, reading your books about sauces and recipes, but then also, firing up the grill. So I want you to say to the audience what you said to me when I asked you how it went.
It was good, man. It was nice to get out.
That is not what you said.
I will tell you, but they had a gas grill up there.
Okay.
So very convenient, but man, I will never buy a gas grill.
And why do you say that, man?
I
can see the anger in your eyes right now.
It was fine.
It wasn't fine because you're having trouble finding the words to kind of say it was fine.
It was just interesting, man. I mean, it was.
So paint the picture for us, man. Where in Michigan are you?
We were up in the UP.
Okay.
So it's a place,
Upper Peninsula.
Yep. We were in the area of Republic.
Okay.
So real small. We're on a small lake and stuff, which was great. Had like a John boat, had some kayaks and stuff, and we got to we fish a lot. But man, all right. So back to this grill, right? So I cooked a bunch. Like I gave it a fair shot. Okay, it wasn't just like one and done, man. Like I cooked a lot on this.
So this was like, were you staying in like a cabin where this was provided, or did you have?
Yes.
To, yeah.
No,
okay.
I didn't bring this. Yeah.
Or rent? I don't know.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. It was so. Yeah, it was at the cabin. They had plenty of gas in it. I was like, all right, well, let's run this.
We're gonna empty this thing out, huh?
And yeah, man, we did a bunch of stuff. I mean, we had hot dogs and brats, and my dad had some venison brats.
Oh, nice.
We did like corn on the cob. We did some T-bones. We did potatoes. We did, let's see, we did some burgers. We did some jalapeno poppers.
Busting out a lot of the classics, huh?
Yeah, man. Well, it was just
yeah, keep it simple, yeah,
limited and stuff. Man, what else? There was I don't know. That might have been it.
Did you do like any long smoke sessions on it? No. Like you didn't bring any like wood chips and like do like a foil pouch or anything like that? Okay.
No, I didn't, because we had limited space as it was, and I was just like, I'm not. Need to add to it. You know?
A lot of hot and fast.
Yeah, man. And even then too, like it was just like, it was older. You know, it was definitely used, and like it was weird too, because they had like foil like down in there to like catch stuff,
catch the grease, so it doesn't get dirty and stuff.
Just like
then that would catch fire because
so
it hadn't been cleaned and
exactly.
So all right,
so
I gotcha.
So it was a mess.
It was a mess.
So trying to do jalapeno poppers on that, like
with the bacon grease just dropping down and just
luckily,
flaring up.
We had some foil. So I'm like watching it drop, and it's like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah.
I ran inside, grabbed some foil, and put it underneath that, so it was
right
on top of the grates to catch that stuff. So I mean, that helped and saved it. Otherwise, it would have been just burned to hell.
Yeah.
It was, and like I had them just up on like the cooling rack too, so like, I had it far enough.
Wow.
It was just like,
that could have been a disaster.
It could have been, yeah, absolutely.
If you didn't have a lot of experience, like with being able to handle that, I could see how that might be
not great.
That's how accidents start, Ben.
That's
and forest fires.
That's how fires start, Greg. So yeah, man. So I was like, well, luckily, I had a bottle of water out there with me all like the whole time, and so I shut it all the way off. Got the fire calmed down, and then put the foil underneath it, and then just let it go because it was so hot in there.
Yeah.
So I just kind of let them sit and bake for a bit.
Okay.
So, yeah, man, it was the same. Like kind of the steaks, the burgers, like anything that would drip, like it just went up. So, it was interesting. It was the burners weren't super even. Like I said, man, it could have been the grill because it was definitely older. I don't know. It was.
No, I knew you had don't you have like a tripod where you can cook over like
the fire?
A fire? Did you bring that with you?
No, man, it rained quite a few days up there
okay.
and stuff,
All
so
right.
it was kind of wet. So we only did a fire one day.
Okay.
So otherwise,
So you were stuck with the propane.
That was the best option.
Yeah.
That's what we had. Well, we did some. My dad had some back straps and stuff, and from the deer he shot this past year. So we used that and did like some shish kebabs.
Oh, nice.
Some onions and peppers. And
yeah,
man. So that was fun too. So that was cool.
Right.
But
anything aside from never doing using a gas grill ever again, did you do anything cool with what you guys had to prepare? With either the venison sausages or the venison the backstrap. Anything different that you tried for the first time?
Tried for the first time. Not really, man. Not really, just because I was already kind of working on the gas grill, trying something new. I think I told my dad, man, this might only be it's definitely less than 5 times I've cooked on a gas grill.
Sure.
So, So it was like, it's just a learning
Mhm.
experience. Like we talked about, you
Yeah.
know, kind of learning the grill and stuff. And it's like, well, didn't have a bunch of time to learn. Like, let's just go.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
no, but it was just different, man. Like, cause the gas, like the tubes on the inside, you know, it's like towards the back, you know, it was like almost like a half-inch opening in the back. So it's a good, like heat would just kind of escape out through there. So I wouldn't really want to cook anything too big or large, like a long smoke on it, just because
Yeah.
I knew like the temps would be weird, and it was kind of all over the place, to be honest. So yeah, it was different, man. It was different to cook on. You know, you kind of were hotter up front than in the back and stuff, and like but like you hadn't. I don't know, man. It was interesting.
It wasn't a great experience for you.
It was fine. I got to get out and grill and stuff,
Mhm.
but like I said, I won't be running to the store to buy a gas grill.
Sure.
So,
Well, I think that's important. Is your experience, grilling in general helped you navigate that.
yeah,
I can see how somebody who's new and now they're trying to grill on this gas grill because they don't do it all the time, or like they're on vacation, so like, oh, I'm gonna grill some more.
Mhm.
Like you can be turned off because like you had this very bad experience with like
Right
this
away.
grill, yeah. And if you don't have that, knowledge ahead of time a little bit to be able to troubleshoot, or think on the fly, like, oh, this is gonna start on fire if this
Yeah.
keeps dripping, or because a lot of people just follow a recipe and be like, oh, it says set
It
to
is what
this
it says.
temp,
Put
do
it here,
this,
yeah.
and that should be good to go. But no, you gotta keep an eye on stuff like that all the time. So that's a good
Mhm.
tip too for
Yeah.
people. Is like, if you're not familiar with the grill or the smoker that you're using, like, make sure you're paying attention.
Yeah, man. I mean, I see the ease behind them, because it got up to temp, pretty quick, and you don't have to really do much. But like I said too, like this, I don't want to make it sound like this was a grill that was at just a cabin up in the UP that basically it's rented out all the time. So if I needed something cheap to put up there, sure, this is what I would go with, right? Like something easy, quick, like.
I'm surprised. Like a lot of places just use like the charcoal, because that's pretty. You don't have to replace the gas or anything. The people have to bring their own charcoal and get it going.
No.
Yeah, so I'm surprised they had like a gas grill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It was like I said, it was old, but I didn't really have anything great to like clean like the grates off with and stuff.
Maybe that's another tip, man. Like if you're going to some
Yeah,
place,
bring your own.
and there's a grill on site, maybe be prepared to bring your own kind of utensils and cleaning supplies, because you never know what's on that thing and how long it's been sitting out there or
Mhm.
whatever. So maybe that's a good tip too. Is if you're going someplace, make sure you bring your own stuff. It might make things a little bit easier.
Yeah, especially like I think if you can kind of have your own stuff and be you're comfortable with that and how
Yeah.
it works and stuff like that's just one less thing to think and worry about. Like you can just jump on and kind of play around with the grill and figure that out and stuff. Like, but we were in a rush, man, because obviously we were coming off a state fair. My wife had been gone. Like,
Yeah.
I forgot, man. I walked out the door without my sandals. I
Oh.
didn't have like my grill gloves. Like I didn't
Man.
have So
Make a list. There you go. There's
man,
another.
Yeah, I had all this stuff in my head that like, oh yeah, I need to bring this, and it's like we were driving down the road, and I was like, well, I didn't pack that. Nope, didn't pack that. Oh shoot, I forgot that. Like,
Forgot that, huh?
it just it is what it is and
Yeah.
stuff, and like you just.
Well, I think that's great, man. And that's why we're talking about it, because what do we say? Learn from our mistakes, Ben.
Yeah.
So
I will be honest with you, man. Like when I started off doing the corn, so I can't really screw that up. Got a pretty good feel on that, and then we did like hot dogs on it.
yeah.
So like,
First day, you kind of ease into it.
yep, yeah, I wasn't going full blown like
Yeah.
steaks and stuff like that. Like,
Smart.
thank you. So I was like, well, let's kind of play with this a little bit and kind of get a feel and see how it runs. And 'cause even like my dad, like he went to go start it, and like he was over there, and he kind of like walked away, and
Oof.
no, he didn't start it. And so I walked over and I was like, hey, yeah, this one's kind of weird. Like, this is how I did it. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah. I mean, I know I sat there for a couple minutes at first, like, going through it, looking at it, like, all right, well, let's try this. Oh, here's how it starts. Great.
Now, was this like a 2-burner, 3-burner? How many?
At four.
Four.
Yeah,
Big
it was
one.
good
Decent size, yeah.
It's decent size.
Mhm.
So yeah, you can fit a good amount of meat on there and stuff. But like I said too, like figuring out like the hot zones versus the cooler zones and stuff it's just different. It was different. So I mean, I don't know. Wouldn't say like maybe I shouldn't say I'll never get a gas grill, but it's not on the top of my list.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we keep it pretty simple, man. Like,
right. Like there are a lot of conveniences to it, Greg. You know, it does like heat up real fast.
That's what I was just gonna ask you. Like, how quickly did it get up to temperature for you?
It was fine. I mean, it got up quick and stuff, and then but like I said, then too, like it's even though it had like the handles and stuff to like kind of turn it down, it really didn't seem like it turned down that much. Like it was like,
yeah,
that flame's not really going down that far, like as far as I would like it to.
Sure, no, that's understandable.
So, yeah, but again, too, like I said, I mean, it was an older grill, so for what we had to work with and stuff, like it was got the job done.
Good. Yeah, it's been a long time since I used a gas grill.
I was gonna say, man, when was
last time I think we did, like when we first started the business, we went over to Dan's house. And he had the gas grill. And we were having trouble with that.
Well, he was inside. We're both sitting there. Is like,
are we supposed to be doing this? Or because like you and I are old school. Like we don't touch other people's grills. You know what I mean? Like So I wasn't expecting.
He's like, oh yeah, you just go out and get out there and get it started. And it's like,
okay.
Hey Greg, why don't you go first?
Yeah, right. Yeah. But I mean, when I first moved into my apartment, when I got out of the Marine Corps, I had one of those camping ones, like the Coleman ones that had the stand, so it was like a little propane one. So I used that on.
Where you have like the little green.
Yeah, the green canister there.
I had one too, man, but that's still different. Like,
yeah, and that's because you couldn't have really anything else in the apartment. And then when we moved into the house, I was working at Sears at the time, so I got my Sears discount, and I bought like a gas grill, so. One that was on sale, obviously. Had a dent in it. I think I got a discount on that too. So they almost paid me to take it off the lot for them. But then like I just remembered that one too. Like I never felt comfortable on a gas grill. I guess like and then shortly after was when I got my first charcoal, and then bam, I've been using charcoal ever since, and just love it, man. I love the process. I love everything about it, and same with you, man. Like. Just like looking at like a gas grill, kind of.
It takes a minute to just like I sat for probably a good 5 minutes before I lit it, just looking at stuff, just really just kind of going over the grill.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah, I know it's super simple. Just press a button, turn on the gas. Kind of like the stove, but unless you're using it all the time, I mean, I guess for me like a charcoal is real simple, but for some people starting out, like it can be pretty intimidating, But yeah, man. So I feel your pain, man. Like it's been a long time since I used a gas grill. Yeah.
We did drumsticks too. I forgot about that. We did do some drumsticks. So.
That reminds me too. Drumsticks, man. Our buddy Derek, who listened to the podcast, he reached out and
did he?
He asked because he listened to the drumstick one last week. And, he reached out to me and he said, "Have you ever done like a butterfly drumstick?" So how we talked about like. You take the skin off or whatever and that kind of stuff. So, he says he does butterfly. So like, you cut one side of it so it butterflies open, and then you can get more seasoning on both sides.
Even more in, huh?
Yeah. And then, I've never tried it. So that's a great idea. Why not? Try it up.
Did you have a process on it at all?
We didn't get too much into that. Sure. It was via email. He was asking another question, but then he made a mention of that. But hey, it sounds simple. Just cut one side so it butterflies out, and then season both sides, and then grill them up. So that reminded me of that.
Nice.
So thanks, Derek, for listening and providing that. And we shared that with listeners. So if you want to give that a shot too, give it a shot. So how did your drumsticks go?
They were great.
Good.
Yeah.
How did you season them? Did you at least bring your seasonings with you?
Brought some stuff.
Good.
Brought some stuff up there, yeah. So I went just a little bit more traditional, man. I was I'd season them in, put them in a big Ziploc bag, threw a little sticky fire in there, a little QRF, so more kind of a bold spicy, and just let it marinate in that.
Yeah.
And then when I went to pull them, pop them on the grill, I'd season them just a little bit of ground pounder and a little fire in the hole.
Sure.
So we didn't have like a ton. I kept it real simple on with what I brought. But that's all I did. We just threw them on, and like I said, it was tough too because I was trying. I think that was like the second day using the grill, So I was like kind of watching the heat and stuff and moving them around a lot, trying to figure out, making sure everything was done, obviously. So
Yeah.
but the grill was big enough, like it held a lot. But it was just figuring out like kind of. It's like you could have them all, like all 4 of the burners turn to the same thing. They'd all be at like different levels.
Yeah.
It was just different.
Sure. Well,
Steaks were awesome though. Steaks were great. The T-bones, man.
How'd you season them? Just salt, pepper?
With a little bit of ground pounder.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, man. Kept it super simple.
Nice.
Even when we got up there, it was just like a little thing of pepper. So it's like, well.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. I did some steaks too. And I did the dry brine again, but it wasn't as long. Like it wasn't overnight.
Okay.
It was, maybe a couple hours.
What kind of a cut were you doing?
I think I had some sirloins left.
Nice. Okay, so nice and thick, right?
Yeah, like, they're decent size.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't crazy thick, but they're nice size. But yeah, man, I did the salt, a little bit of salt, and then the ground pounder on them, and I let them sit for a few hours. Yeah.
Did you keep them in the fridge on the plate like that?
Yeah.
Or did you leave them out?
In the fridge.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I actually kept them in the fridge all the way up until I was ready to throw them on.
Oh, really? All right. That's different.
Yeah. So I wanted to keep them contracted.
Yeah. Did you notice it?
Yeah. I thought I could tell a little bit. It's like, especially like the cook on the steaks, man. Like I had a nice char on them, and then like I don't know, like ever since we've been doing like the dry brine, man, it seems like there's a little bit more moisture in there. Even though I know that the brine is supposed to pull it out, but they seem more tender.
Yeah.
And even Becky, my wife says, these are great. Like it's really good, and medium rare cook. So nice like pink middle. But yeah, I mean, I just if you haven't tried the dry brine yet, go ahead, put a little bit of salt on, your steaks beforehand, let them go overnight or even for a few hours. I think you'll notice a difference. So I did that too. But yes, it was great, especially with the garlic seasoning too. Man, can't go wrong.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So did you I know you took your books up with you, man. You learn anything new or anything interesting that you remembered after reading it?
Yeah, man. So the one book I've showed you, this one that I grabbed, Pit Masters, right? So you've got a bunch of different people in this book, and they all have like a page where they'll just kind of talk and like not talk, but like kind of have not so much like a bio, but just like enjoying the process, like in their process and what they do and kind of why they do it and stuff, man. And it was, I read a lot of those just to kind of see like, well, not so much like the why, but like the how, I guess. Like how do you get into this? How do you kind of become like that level of like a pit master and stuff? And it's almost like an obsession, right? Like, and there's a whole like chapter of that book that's on like competition style cooking and stuff. And so I was kind of reading some of that and stuff, but I mean, that's not really, I was reading more about like kind of your starting times and, if you want to have it done at like this time, kind of shoot for this. And then
Yeah.
So I was in like a lot of that. But just kind of looking at like different other ways, like just creative things to cook and stuff, man. Like, I mean, there's so many different ways to do like cornbread, right? Like even smoked bologna. Like, I showed my dad that. He's like, wow, who smokes bologna? I was like, Dad, they do this all the time.
All the time, man. Our buddy Justin just did smoked bologna kind of thing, and he used some of our seasoning. He posted it out there. So that was, people do it all the time, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
But I would never think of that and stuff. So just, man, I was kind of going through like a lot of that, looking at a lot of the different smokers and stuff that's out there and kind of what they use and, but more for like, what do you use at home? What are you going to use at home and stuff? Like kind of what's your process? And like one of the guys who's actually one of the co-authors of the book and stuff, and they've won out and they're from, where is he from? New York area. But they've won like the Kansas City national championships like twice. And, and he was like, man, I just got started. I was, I would do it for like my kids and the neighborhood kids, and then I would get more, and then I would do it for like the neighborhood, all the families, and then I'd have some left over, and I would just do more and more and more, and like I quit my job and I jumped full time into this and stuff, and
that's the way to do it, man. It's just you have a passion for it and start doing it, and then continue to grow. It's like it's not this like all right away, which I think's because it's becoming easier now. Like a lot of people are kind of going that way, like. Even though like they don't have like that experience of continuing to cook for a lot of people, like they're just kind of like, oh, it's so easy to do. I might as well just scale and do it bigger, you know. But there's a new show on Discovery Plus that I came across actually yesterday, I think it was, or maybe Sunday. It's called like Barbecue High or something like that. It follows around these high school teams down in like Texas that are barbecue teams. So like part of their school, like they have these competition barbecue teams. So like I only watched one episode because I was kind of curious because I don't like watching those competition barbecue shows, like the Flay versus Simon or what, those ones on like, I don't know, like the Food Channel and stuff. Like, I don't think that's barbecue, man. I think that's just show, television stuff. There's some skill that goes into that, obviously, but I just don't like that. But this one I was really interested in because like there's like these high schools that have like are going for the championship, and
I sent you an article on this like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know but now they made it into a show.
Yeah.
So like, it was just interesting because like these 16, 17-year-old kids are like doing like practice. Like they're getting up at 6 a.m. and going out and like running through their thing. And they got a big, pit there that obviously they have volunteers and coaches, what they call them is, that coach them through the process. But like there was this one episode, like they were practicing and I just caught a portion of it because they're talking to this one kid who was in charge of the ribs. So, he was being creative with it, creating his own barbecue sauce using like his favorite red soda drink. I don't know what it was. So, but again, like barbecue is a lot different from what we talk about a lot of times here in the backyard, because I mean, they're injecting each rib with, stuff, they're packing a bunch of sugar into all of what they're doing. Like the sauce he was making was just soda and sugar, and then some of his rub and stuff. So, and honey,
like they're going caramelization on top.
Yeah. I mean, obviously that's what they're going for. Color, caramelization, one bite. But I mean, he knew what he was talking about. He was learning the process, and the coach there was coaching him through, like he was tasting his sauce. He's like, hey man, this doesn't really taste like barbecue. Like this, like tastes like soda, like that, so getting him to, helping him through that process of,
trial and error.
Yeah. Trying something new, and then gave him suggestions. Hey, I would add a little bit more vinegar to this, or I would do this. And then the kid eventually got to the spot where everybody was happy with it. And then he went and wrote it down, he wrote down the process and what he put in there. So again, trial and error, trying new things out, but, getting them started early. But obviously competition barbecue is a lot different from, backyard barbecue, which, we're going for a little different style, a little different flavor, I think. And maybe the end goal is a lot different, obviously. So if you get a chance, check it out. I think it's a super interesting show. I like that part a lot more than I do watching like these, so-called experts, compete against each other. I like to see the kids learning about the process, even though like we don't really get into the competition too much. But just the overall process of, keeping temperature on a pit and the fire process and then the smoke and then creating recipes and stuff like that is pretty cool.
Yeah, man. I think that was kind of like the biggest takeaways that I got out of reading, going through the book and stuff. And it was like just the process, just enjoying the process and like, kind of getting more or less kind of getting to know the grill and the smoker and like, one guy, made a bunch, like he made his own smokers. He started like, he had been in a welding shop for a while, and that's kind of, he was like, well, one of the first things I made was a grill. Yeah. And made my smoker and stuff, and then eventually I tweaked it and modified it until it was like how I wanted it. And then a few years later I we would do like maybe make one a month and just sell it. And then we got to the point where we're making like 2 a week, right? And he's like, then other people kind of started to copy mine. I got mad about it. And I was like, why are you mad? Like,
right.
Look at what you've created. Like people are copying you now. Yeah. So like I think that's the cool part about grilling and barbecue, and the world of that is like, it's okay to copy that stuff, right? Like that's the point, and to share, and not just be like, well, I'm not gonna tell you how I do this. Like, no,
right. Yeah, I mean, there's I guess again, competition. You want to keep some secrets because you won't be trying, but like again, like for what we're trying to do, we share everything, man. Like we put it all out there. There's really no secrets here. We're learning continually as well. So like when we learn stuff, we like to share it, and we like to go and learn how other people are doing stuff too. But yeah, I'm right there with you. Like, I mean, there's only so many ways you can do barbecue, and so I mean, like, there's not a lot of secrets out there.
No,
so
and even just kind of like basic stuff, man. Too, like just keeping your fuel clean, right? Like having the right pairing the right wood with the right meats and stuff like that, and having good quality smoke, and it was just like a lot of like kind of almost like back to like that basics and stuff. And it's just like, man, these are competition guys, and this is what they're saying, right? Like, yeah, that makes the difference, right? And it sounds so simple. They make it sound so simple, and it's not. Like, I'll say that, but it can be, right? Like, just you don't have to do all this crazy stuff. Like, you can keep it as simple as you absolutely want to. Like, just
what we talk about all the time: salt, pepper, fire, right?
Done. Yeah, like, and even as you like, there's people who who don't want to use salt or pepper because pepper's spicy and stuff, or they don't want the sodium. Like, hey, that's fine. Yeah.
We talked to a lot of people that way. Like, I really don't season my meat, or my wife doesn't season her meat. She just eats it, whatever.
Yeah, we talked to a ton of people. It's like, so I want something to put on like mine, like afterwards or something, or do mine this way and hers this way or something. Like, hey, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, really, like, but when you get down to it and stuff, like, a lot depends on like the grill you're using. If you're comfortable with it, that's awesome. Yeah. That's what's going to make the biggest difference, being comfortable with like your tools and stuff like that. And using the right kind of fuel. And it's like, it just kind of gets back to like, quality wood, quality, chunks or chips or whatever you're doing and stuff. So
yeah, for sure, man. All right, man. You got anything planned now that you're back home? Anything you're itching to do now that you got your own smokers and grills back?
It's good to be back. Yeah, man. I want to do kind of a longer cook, something a little bit bigger. I don't know why, man. I've been thinking about a turkey a lot lately. Ooh. Maybe just like a turkey breast or something I might toss on, or maybe I'll get a full turkey. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know yet, but I've been thinking about a turkey. Usually I know, November and Thanksgiving is not too far away, but it's like
it's been a nice fall weather here recently.
Like it's turning a bit. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Maybe like a turkey, or maybe something kind of a bigger cut. Yeah, something to just enjoy, like a nice long. Yeah, just smoke and stuff.
Got a little bit of time here, just like during the days, before school starts up and all that kind of stuff. Well, even I guess maybe even that'll be better when the kids are gone.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, so we'll see. Yeah. But something like that, man. Okay. Something nice. Maybe a pork butt or a shoulder or something. I don't know. Like I said, I was going through that book and I was just marking pages like, oh, look at this. So a lot of inspiration, a lot of things out there, and just want to get out and play some more. Yeah. Well,
you brought up pork butt, and I talked about butterfly and drums. I saw Susie Bullock, Hey Grill Hey. Yeah. She butterflied like a pork butt. Like, again, like, so she cut it in half, opened it up like a book, and then she, just seasoned it like you normally season. I guess that works too, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So you get more seasoning on all, and more smoke on, also like more sides, I guess. They might cook quicker too. But just interesting. Saw that.
Where did you see that?
She just did like a short video on it, like on Facebook or something like that.
All right. That's interesting.
I'm sure she's got a recipe out there.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So saw that. Thought it was interesting. Butterfly it up. It seems like a lot of people are looking to cut the process, down. Right?
I guess. Yeah.
Well, I guess you like with that too. You can let it go for a long time too. It's cover it up and make sure the juices stay in there. Yeah. But thought that was interesting. So so if you get a chance, get out there and do something long, man.
Yeah, man. I've never like spatch cocked a turkey. But I don't know if I would do that. Like, I really like stuffing the bird. Sure. I don't know. Something about.
Hey, something about shoving a bunch of bread and vegetables up his ass, huh?
Yeah, I guess, man.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like I said, I've got a lot to think about. I know we've got a brisket like kind of hanging out in the freezer and stuff. So I've eyed that up a few times too. I don't know. I don't know, man. You gotta just got a hankering to get out and cook some
You'll
stuff,
figure something out. I'm
sure.
Positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I did some beef stew the other day. So
Ooh, did you do stew, huh? You're getting a
well,
soup season.
So I did some stew meat. I didn't put it in a stew.
All right.
So I smoked it for quite a bit, and it actually I dried out a little bit, so it's almost like beef jerky, like nuggets, man. Like
did you do that on purpose?
No, but I made it yummy, man. It was I was just letting it roll, man, because like I wanted some beef, just some meat to be able to put on a salad or something like that, like chop it up, because the stew meat's
it's already cut.
Yeah,
that's why I used it for like shish kebabs that time.
Yeah.
And I know we talked like I did that more hot and fast, and I was like, well, with that, don't we want to? We want to go like longer, longer and slower. So, but like
I did, it was still tender, still juicy, but it had a little bit of like that pull, like you get with jerky on it. So man, I was just popping those in my mouth.
I bet.
Like, I was
putting your lip and sucking on it.
Yeah. So I used some of that. So I might do that again, man. It turned out real good.
What was your temp at?
Man, I did some chicken with it too. So I did a hot. So I put the stew meat in my cast iron, and I put it off indirect grill with that. It was like at 350.
Oh, okay.
So on the high side.
How long did you cook it for?
Man, that was like 3 hours.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
But obviously the temp went down because I didn't replenish the coals or anything.
Did you put any broth in there?
No, man, I did. I just put a little bit of olive oil in there, and then I covered it about halfway through, and then just let it ride until I was ready to just say, "Oh, I'm done." I pulled it off and let it rest a little bit, and then I was like, popped one in my mouth. I was like, dang, it's a little bit, it's a little bit drier than I wanted to, but it still tastes pretty good.
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
But so that's I might then actually try and do something like that a little bit, like on purpose,
Okay. Next time.
Time.
That's the cool thing about this too, right? Like, we say like learn from our mistakes, so not everything has to be a mistake.
Right.
Like, you can kind of find out new ways. Like, oh man, well, heck yeah,
I like
do
that
this next time. Yeah. I didn't mean to do that, but this is awesome.
Yeah. So I had one of those, and just some chicken too, man. So kept it pretty simple, but same way, man. Once things calm down a little bit after the competition, man, then I'll get out there and I'll do some more longer cooks, man. Because it's been a while since I've done something too.
Yeah.
But all right, man. Well, we'll wrap this one up. Any last minute words or anything?
No, just want to, we had a good time out at the fair. I had a lot of time to just sit and think about that, and all the people that, came up to us and said, "Hey, I love your product. Hey, I got your product here. Hey, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. That I think that kind of fuels us being out there for 11 straight days. Makes you appreciate it and stuff. So again, thanks to everyone that stopped by that purchased our stuff either for the first time or for the 8th time again, and just even ones, man, like, oh, I just saw you guys at Rib Fest. I got your stuff there. Like, I'm good right now, but like, oh, I tried your stuff on this. Like, it's awesome. Thank you so much. Like, so, the amount, like I said, like, we did have some kind of people that could have just kept walking on.
Anytime you put yourself out there, man, you're gonna get those folks.
But like the amount of people, like, feedback that we got, like, hey, I love your guys' stuff. Or, hey, I got your guys' stuff. Like, I only use your stuff now. Like, I got a 6-year-old who, doesn't eat anything, and I put your stuff on it. Now this is the only thing that they'll eat. Like,
or the random people just walking by, Burn Pit, I love you guys.
Man, it it makes you very grateful and appreciative of like what we do and who we get to talk to and stuff. So I want to say thanks to everyone that stopped by. Yeah, thanks again, and again, we love seeing you guys out there and talking to us and stuff. So if you get a chance next time, wherever we're going to be at, you're going to be at the night market coming up this weekend. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, coming up soon. August 24th, right? It's this weekend. This weekend, yeah. Oh. You're going to be out at Franksville. Appreciate your reminding me. Beer Garden, yeah. I think it's 4 to 7 or something like that. Something like that, yeah. Yes, 4 to 9. Post it. Yeah, we'll share it out there, but you'll be out there. So if you're going to be at the Franksville Beer Garden, they got a night market that's going to be happening this weekend, August 24th. Ben will be out there. I'll be headed up to Green Bay, watch the last Packers preseason game versus the Ravens with Crosby. Nice, man. Yeah. The Lions beat the Chiefs last week. They sure did. I watched a little bit of basically, that. The Lions are the Super Bowl champs. For right now, they are until they get beat. That's how it works, right? Yes. Well, they lost their first game. So. Okay. Well, it's Super Bowl champs now, though. It's like
Harry Potter, right? Well, if you take someone's wand, like that's your
yours.
wand.
It's yours. Well.
Always comes back to Harry Potter, Ben.
Yeah. Weird, Greg.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
All right, man. Well, we'll talk to everybody later.
All right. Take it easy.